Indisputable exclusive. What if I told you a child is selling candy inside of school, and then the cops are called on that child to arrest them? Here it is.
Get off me. Look at him. Get off me. Get off me, yo. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Look at
Ezekiel.
Look.
You don't stop. You're going in handcuffs.
Look.
You don't stop. You're going in handcuffs.
You put me in handcuffs, my dad's suing you. My dad's suing you. You put me in handcuffs, my dad's suing you. I swear.
Stop. You're
I
going in
swear.
handcuffs.
I swear. Get off me.
He opened the door for you.
Yo, get off me. Get off me. Look. Get off me. Look at him. Get off me. Yo, this bro. Can't wait to post this. Can't wait to post this.
Curry.
Can't wait to post this. Look, he won't get off me. This racism. It's racism. Get off me. You mad? Man, get off of me, bro. I didn't do nothing.
Stop, buddy.
Look.
Ezekiel.
Look, this man got his arm all on me. This man got his arm all on me.
Ezekiel, you're gonna hurt
Can
yourself,
you get
buddy.
off of me? I'm not hurting myself but he got a bruise all over my arm. Get off of me.
Go to my office.
Look at him like, get off of me.
Stop. You're gonna end up getting hurt.
Put up the screenshot. You may be asking yourself, what did he do? 15-year-old black child in Highland Springs, Virginia was arrested for selling candy. Candy is not a word to mean anything else but candy. Ezekiel Richards was selling candy at his Highland Springs High School, according to the allegation. This was in Highland Springs, Virginia, when he was handled by local police with excessive force and allegedly put into handcuffs as well. His father was told by the school that his son was not put in handcuffs, only to claim he discovered later that the police had lied to him. We have it right there. He says, Highland Springs School lied to me about my son being in handcuffs about selling candy. Okay? The family claims the Highland Springs High School then suspended the kid for 5 days for being non-compliant. According to his aunt, Richard suffered a wrist fracture and has multiple bruises from being put in a headlock. She told Indisputable, and I quote, he was brutally and excessively arrested at his high school for selling candy while the school administrators watched. This young man is brilliant, humble, and blood of my blood. He did not deserve that assault on his little black body, as those who were sworn to protect him left him without any agency over himself, end quote. We reached out to the county police department for comment, and we were told Henrico County Police Division is aware of an incident involving a juvenile male and a Henrico police officer that occurred on August 28th, 2023 within Highland Springs High School. This incident is currently under an internal investigation and no additional details will be released at this time. Well, we got some details we released when you all play that game. I'll put them up, full mass. This is the chief of the local county police. You got Colonel Eric English. We also reached out to the Highland Springs High School. You have the chief, you have the assistant chief. We also reached out to Highland Springs High School for comment and have yet to receive a response. But we got the principal, let's put him up. The principal of Highland Springs High School, Mr. Kenneth White, all right? Mr. Kenneth White, and also the assistant principal, who is wearing looks to be a sweater and a sports jacket. It's already a problem. All right, I'm not trying to laugh. This is a horrible story. But if you go to school and put them back up. Put them back up. if I'm ever a principal and I walk in and my assistant principal is dressed like that, so you're fired on day one. All right. The young man obviously needed advocacy in that moment, did not receive it. To my understanding, he is physically okay. But naturally, this has a psychological impact that permeates beyond the moment. And you have to now pose a few questions. Who called the police? Who called the police on a child selling candy? How is it a criminal offense for a child to sell candy? I sold candy in school. I remember getting caught. It was elementary school at that. And you know what they did? They told me I just could not sell the candy anymore, okay? And I think the principal took a candy bar, something like that. But you don't go to jail. You don't get arrested. You don't get drug out of a school in front of your peers and educators. And why did no one say anything? I mean, you would imagine if somebody is physically being removed and they are a teenager who has a right to be there, they've committed some statutory offense that we could point to. We could say, yep, that's the crime right there. There is no statute to say selling candy is illegal. And maybe it violated a policy. Maybe it is a no-no inside of the classroom. Maybe you think it's disruptive. When you do things like this, you create a friction that moves into the place of a barrier. Then that barrier moves into the place of separation of ideology, separation of values, separation of connection. Any young person going to any school should always feel that the adults around them are their advocates, not their enemies. All right, we will bring you an update as it comes. Dear brother, thoughts?
Yeah, the punitive nature of stuff like this is debilitating. Like they could have used this as a teachable moment to talk to him about business and commerce and entrepreneurship, have him work concessions or something like that. And for that principal, the one who wears a sweater with an overcoat because it must be really cold all the time where he is, what would have happened if he would have simply paid for all of that kid's merch? No euphemisms intended there. To say like, look, I don't want you to sell candy anymore, so I'll buy what you have and let's just be done with it and move forward. But now this kid could maybe move forward with a distrust of the police. And what are we supposed to do about that?
Yeah, it's really insane. It's about reaching young people. It's about connecting. When I was a high school teacher, I remember there was a kid that would always skip. He always skipped a few classes, would typically come to mind because he said, well, you're the cool teacher. I said, well, you know what I am, number one. And number two, I'm gonna make a deal with him. The deal I made with him was that if he simply showed up for the rest of his classes, at the end of that semester, we will analyze his grades. And based on those grades and based on that assessment, we can have a system for him to receive points toward his total grade in my class. So I connected his grades and his attendance for the other classes to bonuses for my class. It took nothing but one conversation for that to happen and change his trajectory. Doesn't take much, just takes you being thoughtful about it.